Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I'm your host, Juliet Clark. And what you're going to hear today is a webinar that took place with Waterside and Arkhub.io. And this is an opportunity for authors to be able to turn their books into courses. And Waterside has a new portal on Arc where we will be promoting people's courses. And if you don't know anything about Arkhub, you're about to find out. This is a great place to put your courses and collaborate with other people to have them sold. I'm going to give you an example. A lot of what we're going to go over today are my courses that Waterside is now selling, and we are in negotiations with two other larger publishers as well. So this really is an opportunity for authors to be able to create bigger courses, different revenue streams, and have them sold by new power partners. There are universities, there are medical facilities, there are all sorts of places that are looking for good courses for their patients and clients. So stay tuned. You're going to hear Gail Gladstone from Waterside and Johanna Magul, as well as our guest. Johanna is from Arkhub. So stay tuned.
This is Gail Gladstone. Thank you for joining us at Waterside's webinar. This will be introducing Johanna Magul, who has been the creator of the portal that we will be using for our authors and students to go to learn more and become bigger and better. It's also considered a marketing tool to bring to our authors and teachers another way of making revenue for themselves and exposing their talent as writers and teachers. So thank you for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. I want to introduce Johanna Magul, who is the founder of Arkhub, and we've been waiting for a very long time to have this up and running because it's worth it. It is the best system I've ever seen. She's and her husband have spent literally years to create this ideal portal for us to create a university of education, spiritual teaching, moving forward, and sharing what you have to offer to the world. We also have here Juliet Clark, who is the founder and owner of Super Brands Publishing. Her and Johanna and I have been colleagues brainstorming, and I don't think of her as Super Brand Publishing. I think of her as one of the highest level promoters, authors, and supporters for authors, teachers worldwide to make a bigger and better world. This is Waterside's mission, is to be sure that everything we share and share to the world brings joy, knowledge, wisdom, and creates a better world universally. So I'm happy to be here with you. We are going to be sharing the different ways to be a teacher or an author on this program that we have at Arkhub. And now we're going to we're launching today, and we're uploading as we speak. Philip Magul is one of our technicians who makes sure that everything runs smoothly. We have a program that will assist you in getting everything up. We're here to support you, guide you, and bring you to the place you want to be with your wisdom and your book. This is providing an opportunity also to create workbooks to support your book and to support the person that you are and have to share here in the world. So I know personally that my life has gone into many avenues, and it's through education and specialized learning that I have been able to walk this world with luminaries, world leaders, presidents, it gives you the confidence and the knowledge as you are nudged into each part of your life to have a place to come to find the information you need that you believe is something you want to know and become more authentically you. We will be promoting this aggressively so that your books will be seen and heard and known, and your courses will be appreciated and helping others be their better authentic self. So I'm going to be here to support the conversation today. I thank you so much for being you and having the courage to step away from traditional education and find specific courses that will make you be the person that you want to be in an authentic way, be your original self, make your own decisions, and find the little niches that you will find and educate you in with publishing. We have a wonderful portal to teach you how to write books, market books, and write proposals. It's phenomenal what is up on Arkhub. We're also going to have a kiddies corner. In other words, it's going to be a portal for parents to have a place to have their little children. We'll start at 3 years old, little flip books teaching children how to read. And then we're also going into the understanding of how to comprehend reading, and then move into helping parents who are homeschooling put dimensions into math, science, geography, history. That will be for the middle school and the high school age appropriate. Yesterday I just spoke with an author who's I'm very excited about. I believe she's on right now, and she's offering to teach poetry and reading and writing for not only for the younger generation, but also for the high school. So poetry and writing and knowing how to express yourself is vital for young minds to feel confident and move forward. So we're here to support parents also in their education journey with their children, and youth for having confidence, and in a world where a lot of depression and hardships are befalling them with the changing times. We also will have some AI programs that will help you use this tool responsibly and use it toward helping you promote and your book and your authorship. So we have an AI program for that, and there will be just a variety of things: mind, body, spirit, how to get in touch with your inner self. It's a holistic program that teaches you how to, we have doctors and scientists that will help you be healthier and happier, how to balance your life so that everything you learn and do is designed by you to be the best you can be. So I thank you for being here once again, and we'll have Johanna here to explain the portals and what Arkhub is doing.
Sure, great intro, Gail. And just to build on or kind of extend what Gail is saying before I just introduce myself too. Basically, we started this portal for authors. So we've built, and Juliet will get into that. What are the tools that authors need to really thrive and build a platform and reach their audience well? And as we were doing that, we also have an initiative for authors who want to turn their books into classes. So that is really a second kind of focus. Today's focus is on supporting the authors, but Waterside Publishing will also include a separate portal for you to publish your work as a course. So if you want to teach, we have a couple going up on overcoming shyness and sleeping well And so there's, different topics that can go in that portal. And then the third kind of tier, or I don't know, will be education itself, like Gail's talking about different primary and secondary education, which we'll also address. And by the way, just a quick stop. Does anybody know what the password is for this meeting? Is there a password, or do you just have to use the whole link?
You have to use the whole link.
Okay.
So go to tell them to go to authorvibe.com and they can just register and go right in.
Okay, that's a good idea. Just go there. I'm just going to pause this for 1 second. Go here and log in. Okay. So I've been a literary agent working with Gail and Bill at Waterside for over a decade now. I love what I do. I love helping authors get their books into the world and reach people and change their minds and get them to think differently. It's a big passion for me. And in addition to that, I have had a multi-decade long career as a technologist. And so my husband, Rich, and I, who's probably joining the call, we built this portal specifically to give people a self-service tool for education that also provided a marketplace for like-minded people to come and find education that they're not going to find on Coursera or Udemy, or they don't have to go walk into a university to get it. So we really want to create innovative and unique education experiences that can be any modality. You can have it in person, you can do it over Zoom, it can be self-paced like a recorded video, you can do one-on-one tutoring. All of those things are possible on the platform. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to let Juliet talk about what she does and how much she's kind of inspired Gail and I with her teachings and her offering and coaching, helping authors specifically. So.
Well, thank you. I'm Juliet Clark. I'm the owner of Superbrand Publishing. So you can tell Gail and I are kind of, in a way, competitors, but we're working together on this really important initiative because there are a couple things authors don't do is build their platform properly. And if you're going to put courses out there, it's the same platform that you use for your book. So we're hoping that not only will we be able to share some of those ways to strengthen your platform through these courses, but also have you guys out there teaching on what you do in a really effective way, because your books are important. And I love Gail's idea of, getting you guys out on the platform as well. One of the things that I've loved about this platform is that when I put my courses up for authors, and you guys will be able to do the same, I actually can make deals with other people in the industry to sell my courses. And that's a big plus in passive income, because if you've already recorded and put the course together, then that's just money coming in the door that you haven't really had to go out and do as much marketing as you would if you were in the coaching space, getting that out there. So it really is a good opportunity for you to be able to become an industry leader and resell your courses to there are universities on there, there are medical practitioners on there, there are all sorts of people who probably would love to have an already done course for their clientele or their patients. So I'm gonna pop this up. I'm not gonna stick to it, strictly, but if you guys want to take a picture, a screenshot or something. When I started the publishing company, one thing I noticed immediately, and I noticed this because I worked for a traditional publisher, then I went to a big advertising firm and worked on $1 billion account. So when I came back into the publishing world as my own company, I noticed that the bigger companies were no longer supporting the traditional, your promotion, and that left it to you to do. So there was this big gap in platform building education and with marketing too. We've kind of seen this, we're going through this renaissance right now with AI, or refurbishing with AI, where we're starting to see a lot of new marketing products too. The old stuff is just not working anymore. So I really want to encourage you that, you need this long-term plan. And what happens with a lot of authors is we jump into this, I call it magical thinking. It's like when you're 4-year-old. When I worked at Mattel, one of the challenges we had was our core audience was that 4-year-old that's watching Saturday morning cartoons, but they don't have a credit card. So we really had to get past that childlike thinking of mommy, I need that Barbie, and mommy saying, well, I have the credit card, but what you really need is food and lodging. And, everybody who has a child knows you go through this. So I think a lot of authors go through this as well, the kind of Kevin Costner thing, if I build it, they will come. Well, honey, no offense, you're probably fabulous, but you're no Kevin Costner. and, and neither am I. So, we absolutely have to get past that. The hard truth about the books sold is most indie authors don't sell even 200 books. So that's where this really comes into the strategic elements of it and really getting yourself out there. So, what we were offering courses on is a lot of these things, crafting your authentic brand, being able to really nail your author avatar. What is it? Are we trying to sell to everyone, or do we have a niche that we really want to hit hard on that? There's courses on content. One of the things that comes across to me when I talk to my clients is many of them bring me books, but they haven't been putting content out into the world for any period of time that's meaningful. And when you think about it, if you're a solopreneur, that's not out of your purview. You're the rainmaker. You're probably, doing everything there. You're creating the content, you're creating the programs, you're writing the book, you're keeping your business going. So there's a lot for you to do. So the content course on here helps you decide what content is easiest for me, what content can I do on a consistent basis that will be easy and fun for me to do. Because you all know as business owners, that thing that's not fun, that you don't like, is usually the thing that gets put aside. Think IRS, think taxes at the end of the year. Most everybody procrastinates on that. And I think it's true with most things in your company, that you're not really liking what's going on, or that you don't like doing it. The other thing is a strategic social media presence. How are you using that content? We have a course that goes over building LinkedIn newsletters. So if you're an entrepreneur, your audience is most likely on LinkedIn, and that's where you need to do it. LinkedIn newsletter is a fabulous tool because it drops it right into the inbox when you produce one of anybody who's subscribed, and LinkedIn takes care of your subscriptions. So they're actually the ones pushing it out. You don't have to, you just need to connect with other people in your niche, and LinkedIn does the work. Also, having a video platform, that the course goes over that as well, whether you are on YouTube or Rumble or one of the other platforms. A lot of people don't even know Rumble exists, and it's a huge free speech platform out there where you could probably pick up an audience you're not getting over on YouTube. Also, your email list. This is another area where we have a small course about building your email list, because people don't understand that when they're out promoting, social media doesn't belong to you. Your email list does. So it behooves you to move those people off of social media and build that list, whether it's through a really valuable lead magnet, whether you're running campaigns or events. It is really important. And you have to remember, you probably saw back like 2020, 2021-ish, that you could actually get kicked off of Facebook, and you lost those 5,000 people following you. So it is really important, because you don't own that social media, that you make sure that this list is up to date and really valuable. We also are going to be putting on, we don't have it yet, but it is really important in this process for you to be leveraging power partners, those people that you can exchange ideas with. I consider Johanna and Gail my power partners, because we actually exchange business. We send people to each other's businesses for specific items there. And that's a great relationship to have as well, because those are people who can sell these courses that you're putting together. So we're going to be putting up a Power Partner course. I've got it done. I just haven't put it up there yet. And also getting media exposure. So understanding how you do that. Do you have your speaker sheets? Do you have a tour guide? Do you have ads that are effective? And so really making sure that that's in place too. And we're going to be having some media. Johanna is excellent at booking media. So, that might be a course that we get up there as well. And then actually we put up I just put up a course on how to get an Amazon bestseller. One of the things my company does is bestseller campaigns, and we don't cheat. We don't do the 99-cent garbage. We don't do any of that, because you have a real business. you have a real book and you should have a real campaign that attracts the right people, not somebody looking for some cheap free information from you. So we also have the book launch courses over there as well. And then beyond the launch, understanding what's out there, what's working. We're seeing a huge renovation in the book marketing industry right now. Google ads don't seem to be working. Facebook ads haven't worked for a long time. Amazon's too crowded. So we're starting to see with AI new ways of getting your book out popping up. One of the things that my company created with Podetize is the app ads. So now everybody's using their phone. Everybody has ads that are inside their phone now as well for books. And that really catches that impulse fire. So that's what we're doing here. Gail and Johanna have added courses as well, but we have a lot of courses. Those courses I just went over are not only for your books, but if you're getting ready for a course launch, once you get your course in place, you're going to need those same things to get that course launched on there. So I'm really excited about this because who doesn't like passive revenue? And that's really what this is creating. Once your course is created, once it's done, it's up and other people are selling it for you. It's just coming into your bank account. And like I said, who doesn't like that? Johanna, do you want to tell us how it works?
Yeah, that's great. That was a great presentation, Juliet. And I love I just want to draw on a couple of things that you said, keeping things organic and not giving things away. One of the best marketing people I worked with in Switzerland told me once, you never want to give away your product or pay people to get your product when you're first launching it, because you lose that valuable insight as to whether people are going to pay for it or not. And and you're running a business, you want to know that what you're selling is valuable and marketable and that you found the people to sell it to. So I am 100% with you on that organic concept. And the other thing you emphasize, which is also important, and I don't know if I can share. Oh, can you make me a co-host?
I can.
Yeah. Is the concept of resale. So what we want to do at Arkhub is become the network marketing hub without network marketing. So in other words, I don't know if any of you have done any network marketing. I've dabbled in it and I'm not good at it because it makes me crazy. And the whole idea that you can actually sell something and have somebody else resell it and have it done automatically for you, where you just get paid your slice every time they sell a unit, is what we want to be able to offer people. We want to take all of the work out of the money side. We want to make it so you sell something, you get paid when it gets sold, you get paid when somebody else sells it, and then it's all automatic. So there's no there's no kind of like tallying things up at the end of the month with affiliate codes and sending out checks, like none of that. So this is the site that we've put together for authors, and you can see here, these are some of the great classes that Juliet has put together that she's been teaching for a while, and they range in price and in depth, I would say, in terms of what you can start with a simple, less expensive class like this, where you're building your author avatar. And if people don't know what that means, it means that, you as an author also have an identity, and that identity you want to sort of have consistently being portrayed throughout everything you do. And that avatar is also geared to reach a particular audience. Would you say, Juliet, is that an accurate description?
Yeah. So this gets really in depth. We find with a lot of book developers, they get into the demographics. We get into psychographics. What media are your people consuming? Hashtags. What are your competitors doing? So we're really doing a deep dive in here about your more than just most book developers get into, and identifying that key niche audience.
Yeah, that's great. And then and some of them are so, and then I'm offering a couple classes here. It's kind of just stuff I do in my sleep, which is how to read a publishing contract. So if you're not represented by an agent and you still want to, you end up with a book deal and you want to be able to, advocate for yourself in that negotiation, That's a basic class on just understanding how to read the contract, what to watch for, places you can kind of push to negotiate better terms, making sure you protect your rights, making sure things like if the book doesn't sell in 3 years, like can you get your rights back? Those kinds of issues that if you haven't done this over and over are going to be just, you're just not going to know what to look for and what to focus on. So, and then I'm also doing a class on how to write a book proposal. That's another thing I do. In addition to my agenting work, I do that on a for-fee basis too. But I've learned a lot about what publishers like and what they're looking for as an agent as well. So I kind of bring that perspective. And then we have this great class. This is, Gail, maybe you want to talk a little bit about this. It's the power of publishing with, our late and great Bill. And this class is, this is a lifetime of wisdom from a man who really saw it all. So, and Gail, maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, well, Bill is the founder of Waterside Productions over 43 years ago, and he started his career at 6 years old with his father at Arkhub Publishing. And so publishing, agenting was second nature to him. It was part in his DNA. So he has taken all this experience, all these relationships. He started the Dummies series. He was the first book to be written for ebook to test the market. Be the Deal is the name of the book, which is very valuable about how to be in business and all his stories about all the deals he's made. All this is in The Power of Publishing. It's his stories, it's his failures, it's his successes, what he learned from both, that both are a balance in going forward. Failure is fertilizer. So as Cynthia Bryan would say, and and so the thing is not to be hard on yourself. Keep going forward. Learn your subject. He was such a great navigator of seeing what was the value of the book and how to present that to publishers. So he was more than a reader. He could diagnose and visualize exactly what an author was and what they were promoting, sometimes more than they knew themselves. So he was full of inspiration. And The Power of Publishing tells you these stories so that you can find what your strengths are and the amazing grace that you are as you're promoting your book and writing your book, and habits to create so that every day your book has a voice, and how to allow it to unfold, so that when you're creating your own book, you sometimes will morph into certain areas. You document them, and how to do that. How to sit down and write each day so that there's an intention of success in your writing and in your gifting to others. So I was there to help film this. It was very fun to create courses with Bill, and we spent about 2 or 3 months doing it. There's guests on the show, so there'll be experts in the publishing, and that might be something that you'll want to consider to keep the entertainment of your courses by bringing in experts that have helped you showcase your success and keep the entertainment aspect of teaching and course building into your creation of your course. So this is what you'll learn from the books, Bill's course, and you will also learn it from the perspective of someone who did it all. He started with Dummies, then Waterside was the leader of technology books, which we continue to be in. Then he had the courage to bring in the spiritual aspect of human nature, and allow that to develop, because it's a holistic way of being in the world. So Waterside is really in the forefront of billions of dollars and millions of authors that have become successful, and that brand in itself brings value to the courses that we will be advertising and navigating. We have the expertise. As you can see, we've got the agents. You've been shown the kind of agents we bring in. You've been shown the partnerships through Juliet. That is what you magnetize when you're successful. You bring in the right people, you bring in the right courses, because the intention is set to make a better world, to bring the best out in people, and to support any content that they want to showcase. We have variety and understanding. Everything about who you are when you're writing will help you help your book be the best, and your course be the best it can be, not just by being a good writer, but by being in touch with your heart, by understanding what goes on in education, how the mind thinks. All this will be part of the publishing program that Bill has brought to the forefront. So all these courses are designed to make you the best you can be for your course, for your book. There's no in-between time. It's in constant breath. Everything you're doing is holistically being done by taking courses and understanding exactly what are you doing and how to do it and be the best with confidence and success. And like Johanna brought out, Juliet's, you are who you are makes a difference. Stand in that truth and go after the success. Success is water for the soul. It's just important for you to respect yourself, know that your value is there, and that people are looking for that value to showcase and bring forward their better selves. And oftentimes when you go into a classroom situation, you find out that there's more to you than there. Oops. Okay. So, excuse me. I just something just came in. I don't know if you could still hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Gail. Somebody.
Oh, okay.
somebody might need to mute if you're not. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just saying that when you go into a college situation, or you're in elementary school, or there's more to you than a teacher can teach. And this portal provides a variety of holistic ways to find the true authentic self, to find your confidence, and find the things that you want to learn and be. I know for myself, as I've gone through life, I've been in the rock and roll business. I have had a very big company building large custom homes and furniture. And so courses have taught me the amazing grace that I can go into any situation. I can work with presidents, I can work with royals, I get invited because I have the knowledge and the confidence and the language and the education to be with my gardener, to be with people who support me, to be with people who lead me, and to stand in a leadership role. This is what this is about. It's about becoming the best you can be. And we are here to support you and bring forward your knowledge and get it out there so that people find that knowledge and become a piece and a part of what you have to teach and be, so that others can take that piece of your puzzle and be the better of themselves. What this provides is a bigger and better community, a coming together, a unification worldwide. And Waterside Productions is in 40 countries. We plan to make sure that at one point we are able to take your courses and bring them to the world, because everybody who is an author on this site has a universal language. And we want to support that universal language, get you showcased and brought forward into your best expression to help others be in theirs.
Great, Gail. And if I can just, and I'd love to, we're going to take some Q&A unless Juliet has some other things she wants to talk about, but I just want to illustrate one of Gail's stories about Bill. And the one thing you said that resonated to me was to not be too hard on yourself. And Bill always told me as an agent, you know, when he was mentoring me early on, he said, you can't make any mistakes. The only mistake I ever made, and I guess you could say it was not a mistake, is I once sent a very risque humor book to a children's publisher by accident. And they didn't let me forget it. So, I mean, but that was sort of funny. But I mean, I took that to heart when he said, you know, you can't make any mistakes, because it freed me to just go out there and take risks and to try things and to reach out to people that, I mean, I think one of my superpowers is that I'm not afraid to pick up the phone or send an email to anybody. And that as an agent is really important, because, you know, there's a lot of turnover in the publishing world, and you got to get to know these new editors at these new houses. And the other gift that Bill had, if anybody ever corresponded with him on email, I see that Cynthia's here. Bill would usually get back to you within 10 minutes on an email. I mean, and the email would have no greeting, no signature, no punctuation, be a run-on sentence. But he didn't care, because his job was to communicate back to you as quickly as possible. And he said once that if he left anything in his inbox before he went to sleep at night, he'd end up dreaming about it. So, you know, yeah. So it was a great quality that I always aspired to. So when I wake up and I see like I still have 6 emails left from the day before, I was, oh darn it, you know. So, you know, I still think about that a lot. So anyway, do we want to, Julia, do we want to start some Q&As or what do you think? Or, yeah, I mean, I guess people might have questions now, so.
Yeah, go ahead, open it up. I think you guys just unmute, just holler at us.
It's Cynthia, Brian. I just want to say how much I miss Bill. And I'm so glad, Johanna, that you brought out how quickly he was. I mean, I would just finish writing the email. He was already responding.
Yes.
He was just amazing. And Gail, the whole failure is fertilizer. I think I do have to do a book on that, because that is like, it's the most important thing that anybody can ever learn, that there is no failure in life, that we just grow a new garden, throw it on the compost pile, you know? That's true. There aren't any mistakes as long as we learn from it. Anyway, thank you. You're all doing amazing.
Thank you, Cynthia. Good to hear you.
See you. Yeah.
The same. I love you all.
Yeah, you too. Anybody else have any questions about the platform, what we do, what you're trying to do, anything that wasn't covered that you're curious about or trying to work through as an author? Any takers?
I have a question. First of all, just want to say thank you guys for the presentation and for bringing us together and trying to help us get out there and, you know, have the best chance at reaching our audience and helping others. As far as the courses that you showed us, Juliet, are they all in video form, or are some of them written materials, or a combination of both? How does that usually look?
There's a combination of both. So there are every module has a video and a workbook. So, you know, if you're someone who, like for me, I have to learn by doing. So that workbook is really helpful, because I can follow the steps and mess it up and get frustrated. But you guys know how it works when you're learning something new. But it is tempered for all 3 learning modalities. So there's visual, audio, and the workbook for those who learn by doing.
Okay, and as far as producing those, is that something that we should try to turn in already produced for you guys to put up and market from there, or do you guys help with production too?
Yeah, well, go ahead, Juliet.
Well, yeah, so we can help with production. I actually, when I work with my clients, we actually take the book and do the outline first and then expand from there. and decide which modalities you're most comfortable with. So, if you're not somebody who's comfortable on video, you may have a little bit less video and more workbook. If you're someone who's comfortable with it all, you're going to have all 3 learning modalities in there. So we can help you. And then Johanna's team is amazing with helping you get it up on their platform. Me and her son Philip are tight now because I'm not great at tech. So he was extremely helpful getting, walking me through how to get it up. And then when I couldn't figure it out, getting me through those patches that I couldn't figure out. So there is a lot of help along the way.
And there's also, Louis, a big range of how this can be done. I mean, I tell people with kind of the low tech model, and I'll be doing this for the 2 classes I'm teaching starting in July, is we do like we're doing now. We do a Zoom call for the class, and then that Zoom call can get recorded, and then the recording can get used if you want to edit it. There's some easy tools like that you can edit stuff out or whatever, and then use that as a self-paced course, even like at a different price point too. So if you're doing a live class, sometimes you can command a little more money for that, and then it's self-paced so anyone can do it, and then you would kind of switch that over. So that's a way to think about that too. But you can't. Yeah.
Sorry, that's actually what I do with all my courses. Is I offer them with one-on-one training. I don't care if I have 3 people or if I have 30 people. It becomes my fodder and my content for these courses. So that is probably the easiest way to do it, is put it together, run it as a beta, charge people, and then lower the cost into a downloadable or work at your own pace. So there are a lot of different ways to do it. Whatever works best for you, because you're the one that's going to have to put that work in.
Got it. Thank you.
I had a question about that, Juliet.
Oh,
I'm sorry if I can. I just have a real quick question. I was using GoToMeeting, and then I switched over because it just was more expensive to Zoom. But I find GoToMeeting, the quality seemed better. And so what I was thinking of doing is just taking all the questions, because I've run this class for about 5 years, is taking all the questions and just trying to do like a master of it. So I just wondered if there was any platform that anybody besides Zoom, I haven't liked Zoom that much. So I just wondered if you'd found some other way of recording the class that might come out better.
I always use Zoom. I don't.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I think it comes the best, and you can stop it, start it. So there's a lot there. Plus, you get a transcription now. So if you want to do that workbook, you can literally take that transcription and put it in something like Gamma, and it will make your workbook for you.
Okay, that's really nice. Yeah, I never thought of that. I should do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn.
I have a question. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Admir. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Nice to see you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. So, what's the first step once we decide, or we think about possibility of offering the course? What's the first step?
Johanna, where do they go?
Yeah, so I think what you can do is you can send an email to Gail if you're already in touch with her, and tell her what your idea is for your class. If it's a book that you already have that you want to turn into a class, then we can kind of work with you to assess what are the steps to get it there. So is it something you feel confident taking on in terms of building a curriculum around the book? Or is it something you feel like you're going to need help with, and we would bring in, like a Juliet can help with that, or we can, but it's like a developmental process where we actually create the curriculum from the book, because curriculum isn't always just a direct translation of what's in the book. There's kind of nuances to how you might present that as a class as opposed to as a book. And then there would be the setup of the course, figuring out what you'd want to charge for it. And then the cadence of, like, is it a 90-minute class? Is it a 4-week class? Do you do it live? And those kinds of things. And we will just step you through all of those questions and with answers. And actually, just by putting it up on the platform, we're kind of like, we need to answer those questions. And Gail, we might even do like we do with the books on Waterside Publishing. We may end up having a questionnaire that people can fill in that automates that process too. So and then Juliet is just mentioning there is a course creation initiative, so a class in itself on how to turn your book into a course, and that's a lot of what Juliet specializes in doing with people. So,
and that course will actually give you best practices. And when I say best practices, a couple years ago, someone brought me a course from their book, and it was 35 modules, over an hour long each, and I didn't even open it. I took one look at it and said, "You're never going to be able to sell this. This is not." People need this in a format that's consumable. So that's what the best practices are in that course, is how to make it come across in a way that people don't automatically look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm not going to open it." So there are a lot of considerations and best practices for it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we already talked a little bit about it. So Gail is the person to go to the first step, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And Amir, I can help you with your manuscript. We can work with how to extract the points of focus to make the best kind of course that people will be looking for. You specialize in something so special, and very few people do what you do, and you're scientifically proven to be an expert. And so we will help hone into what people will be coming to your course to learn. And then, of course, Juliet and Johanna, we're all here to make that a success. So we'll hand off, fine tune, hone in, and help you create and be a participant of your course. And then the expertise will come in to be sure it's successful.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Very encouraging.
I think, and if there's any other questions, the other thing I just want to, and Juliet, we have how many more minutes? What do we need to close up today? Just
probably about 5.
5 minutes. Okay, well, let me then just put back out there. Is there any other questions?
I have one quick question.
Hi, Lily. Okay.
Hi, I'm Lily. Thanks for all the information. It's so helpful. Hi, Gail. Is there anything specifically that you would have in place before you want to launch the course? Like, for example, a website, just a couple basic bullet points of like the LinkedIn newsletter. If you don't have those things yet, is there something like a website or an Instagram page? Like, what are the basics that you want in place before you launch the course?
Oh, that is a great question. Same thing as for your books. You need a landing page. You need a drip campaign. You need to have a webinar to sell the course. Of course, the drip campaign and everything will work with that. That landing page needs to have a lead magnet that's related to the webinar. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes I see, is you just take some lead magnet you have laying around and shove it into your campaign, and it doesn't flow. And then power partners. You're really going to need those power and affiliate partners that are bringing their audiences as well. And I actually can't wait to share the Power Partner course, because I work with probably a dozen of my competitors in a way that they will promote my stuff and I promote them. So really learning how to develop those power partners, because they're not only going to improve your courses, they're going to sell more books. You're going to get more business from these people when they really like and trust who you are and what you do. So yeah, there are some big basic things, and they're big to build. That's the marketing engine. Yeah. It's not just building the course. Now you need the marketing engine for it.
And can you explain what a lead magnet is in case people don't understand?
A lead magnet is just a valuable piece of information that you give away in exchange for an email address. Remember, I talked about the course where the email belongs to you. So get those people off of social media and into your email list. So that is what a lead magnet does. Anything, I'm just going to give you guys a hot tip on this. Anything you can do in a lead magnet that will give someone instant gratification. What I mean is, if you can take their problem and solve it very quickly, they will follow you, because you've just solved step 1 of the problem that they're trying to solve. So if you're going to put something together, whether it's an infographic, an ebook, a video series, make sure you've got some really juicy tips in there that they can see right away that you're their person.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, and does everyone know how to get to the portal? I guess, Gail, the portal will be listed on Waterside's website.
Yeah, yes, and we'll be putting that actually in every newsletter on the 15th.
Okay.
It'll be a constant, so
Okay.
you can find it in the newsletter, and we'll have its own page. So you go to www.waterside.com, and Arkhub will have its own page where you can go to. There'll be instructions. We'll be showcasing the courses, how to get there, how to do it. Tips for everybody will be on that page. And so that's going to take about a month or so to put together and get it up on the site. But we're in operation now, working on it.
That's great. All right.
So in between, they can get a hold of you and you'll get them whatever they need.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My email address is Gail Gladstone, that you can see on the screen, at gmail.com. And I try and get to every email within 24 hours. I get so many. And I'm not like Bill, where you could just put all the everything into one long sentence. I have a different way of doing it, but yeah, so.
All right. Well, that's great.
So did you just say you're going to be a little slower but grammatically correct?
That's right. I use punctuations.
That's funny. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Johanna, do you want to put up your email contact, or shall it just be Juliet and I funneling into you?
Yeah. There's the website. I just put it in. There we go. And then here is my contact email. And I'm happy to even put my phone number up here in case anybody wants to text me with questions. And that's fine too, or small. Well, yeah, that's just, you guys can email me, actually. That's good. So great. Well, thank you. And if Juliet, do we have a mailing list of everyone in this? What I was thinking is we can sign you up or get you to come sign up on the platform for the free webinar that we just did. And we'll put the recording up there, so you also have access to it later. And then, you'll see how to sign up and if you want to register for other classes. Does that work?
Yeah, okay. I have a list, as long as everybody's okay that I'm sharing it, and I assume you all are. So speak now or forever hold your peace.
All right, great. Well, thank you guys
and
so much.
the link will be on the newsletter also. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.